guys, I'm ElegantEnsue and welcome to another Pokevlog. So this week I've got some pretty exciting and interesting news to talk about. I posted a bulletin earlier this week sort of telling you guys what I was going to talk about, which is a new Pokemon game. It's called Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Magnagate and the Infinite Labyrinth. So it's quite an interesting game because it's actually on the 3DS, and I think it's the first of the main series of Pokemon on the 3DS. Of course it's not the main series, but Pokemon have a few main series. I don't know how to pronounce that, but they have the main Pokemon series, then they have the Mystery Dungeons and the Rangers, and they're sort of the main ones that follow and interlink with each other. And this is the first on 3DS, which is pretty cool. It's also going to be released in Japan later this year, like at the end. I'm not too sure what month it's in. I'm pretty sure it's either going to be November or December because it's really early, really late to be announced now if it's still going to be released this year. But of course there is a less waiting time for non-main series games, so spin-off games. So the mechanics look the same. You can have like one team member at the start, and then you can add more people to the team, and the same as the old ones. And when you step on towers and dungeons, the effect is the same, and they kind of look the same. There's only 4 moves for each of your Pokemon, and all the technical sort of stuff seems the same. But what seems to be a huge update is the storyline, the Pokemon, and especially the graphics. That was the first thing that just hit me. It reminds me of a mix between the Mystery Dungeon with all the mechanics and Pokemon Rumble Blast or Pokemon Rumble wherever, whichever one you want to talk about. But it reminds me of them, but even better. It's amazing. I'll put a link to the trailer or the group of trailers in the sidebars and at the end. But it's a really big graphical update from the previous ones. So the starters actually seem quite limited this time. There's only Pikachu, Oshawott, Snivy, Tepig, and Axew. So there's only 5 as far as we can see. And I'm pretty sure you can choose from those 5 again. Well, the other one, of the 4 that you didn't choose out of those 5 as your partner, which is a little bit limited. And to be honest, I probably would have liked some older Pokemon to be able to use them, because I'm not the biggest fan of those Pokemon. I'd probably like Pikachu the best out of those. And I know a lot of other people would too, but it's not too bad. It's sort of the Pokemon Black and White kind of featured Pokemon. They feature those 5 Pokemon on Pokemon typing, I think, and other things like that. So there's only 1 version this time rather than 2 versions, because there's been Red and Blue, Sky and Darkness, Explorers of Sky and Darkness, and yeah, there's always been 2 like to go together. I know there was the Explorers of the Sky, but that was kind of like the 3rd one to Darkness and Time. So yeah, but another interesting thing is that I forgot to mention before, but another interesting thing is that you don't take a quiz at the start to sort of work out what Pokemon you are. You actually use the 3DS camera, and I don't know what it does, but it seems to take a picture of you, and maybe I'm just assuming that it uses your facial features or whatever to try and compare you to a Pokemon, and you get that Pokemon. I'm not too sure, and maybe that's why the starters are limited, because it'd be really difficult to program in the different facial features and how to recognise them. But it was really kind of odd when I read about that. But yeah, it was quite interesting to kind of, I don't know, I don't know how that's going to work. I could be totally wrong, and it could just be random or something, but yeah, that was an interesting thing that I found. And even though it does have the black and white typical Pokemon, it's actually it seems like it is based off the black and white 2 games, because each of the Mystery Dungeon games seems to be based off a different region or a different set of games. These seem to be based off black and white 2 because they have the reintroduction of a lot of older Pokemon as well as the younger Pokemon. So yeah, and which you'll be able to see more in the trailer. But one thing I did really find well, not interesting, but one thing I did like about it in the trailer is that Espeon and Umbreon are quite prominent in several scenes of the trailers, And maybe that means Espeon and Umbreon are going to be a main part of the storyline, which I love because I love Espeon and it's my favourite Pokemon. So yeah, just thought I'd point that out because that was pretty awesome when I saw that. And yeah, there's a few other Pokemon that seems to be quite prominent in it. Maybe they're the actual explorers in the guild, like in the Wigglypuff Guild and the older ones. I'm not too sure if the Wigglypuff Guild's actually back or not. I don't think we know that at this point. But it looks like there is somewhat of a guild, and there is actually a village. And in the village, the village is actually called Post Town. Maybe that might be changed for the English games and different games in different areas of the world. But so far in Japan's one, it's called Post Town. And in the town, there's a few people that run a few different stores, like in the older games. Rampardos runs the treasure store. And quests are given from Dunsparce. It's not really a store, but quests are given from Dunsparce. Keklan is back, and he runs the good store again, so yeah, that's pretty cool. And also, Pythagoras runs a unknown store, so we saw Pythagoras run a store, but we're not too sure what it is so far. So that could be something a little bit different, and that could be one of the sort of mechanical updates in the game, and one of mechanics be a new sort of thing. And another exciting thing is that in this game they're implementing augmented reality, which is sort of like the 3D oh, I forgot what they call it now. There's a game that came out with the 3DS Pro and is downloadable for the 3DS. It was I don't know, but it was an augmented reality Pokemon thing that lets you see stuff in real life with the 3DS camera, and this seems to sort of work like that. And what it does is when you like go to certain objects, it sort of creates a Magnagate, and what these Magnagates are sort of ways to open new missions. They open new sort of paths and dungeons, which is sort of probably makes it the game a little bit more fun, and you gotta actually unlock the missions before you do them, which is kind of cool. And what it looked like in the trailer is that when you pointed your camera to a circular object, it turned into a Magnagate then and gave you the mission that you could do. But maybe it recognises different shapes, and from those different shapes you get different missions. We don't know yet so far, but that's what it seemed like from the trailer, which you'll be able to watch. I'm going to put the link at it in the end. And yeah, that's really it for the updates on it. But I'll probably bring some more updates in the future when more information comes around. Probably won't be as intense as Pokemon Black and White 2, because Pokemon Black and White 2 is obviously the main game. There's much more to it. But yeah, as a summary, so the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Magnagate and the Infinite Labyrinth seems quite similar to the older Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games, but the graphics updates are just amazing. It looks brilliant, and I'm really excited to play it, to be honest. I don't actually have a 3DS myself, but I think I might have to buy one for this game because it just looks so cool. And yeah, let's move on to the question of the week. So this week's question of the week is kind of obvious. Are you going to get Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Magnagate and the Infinite Labyrinth for 3DS? So if you don't actually have a 3DS, are you going to buy one and get it? Because I think I am, because it just looks like such a cool game. I love the Mystery Dungeon series, and this just beats it all, because you need to watch the trailer to understand how good this is. I don't know, I was just shocked when I saw it the first time. But there's a little update for my channel. I'm actually approaching 300 subscribers, which is incredible because I've only just passed 250, and I'm actually still in the midst of making my 250 sub special still. I know, I'm sorry about that, but it was quite difficult to do because of my lack of decent recording equipment. I have a good guitar and a good amp, but unfortunately it's difficult to get that into my laptop. But today I actually spent quite a while, a few hours, recording everything and kind of putting it together, so I'm going to finish off putting all that together and editing it, and it should be out in the next few days, so that will be a 250/300 subscriber special. But yeah, I want to say thank you to everyone who's supported me. I've had so much support from you. So yeah, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Magnagate and the Infinite Labyrinth sounds pretty cool, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week.